Blacktop Radio. The Blacktop Radio. Mic check, mic check, mic check. You're now tuned in with Mike J. You know the host that do the most. How I feel when you got a rapper from the West Coast on the intro. So smooth. And we can play the instrumental. Blacktop Radio. Where you can come and get your fix. We be talking about your baby mamas or some politics. Fresh station out where you can tune and hear the hottest. Ain't no filters, you hear all of it. You ain't really popping yet if you ain't never been a guest. Wait, let me guess, you got on next. Got the airwaves on flex. Boom. Blacktop, what did you expect? Blacktop Radio. Radio. The Blacktop Radio. The Blacktop. Blacktop Radio.
An exit strategy, which if you watch...
Hold on, let me set you up.
Oh, go ahead. My bad.
Cause you know it's Black History Month. You know we gotta do this in style.
Well, we gonna Black History Wendy.
This is a touch of heritage, ladies and gentlemen. a heritage. Touch. Heritage. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for a woman's touch.
Yes.
With the one and only Miss Erica Kimberly. Ma'am, you may take it.
Take it away.
You may touch us when ready.
Shout out to Touchin'. Make Trey Songz and Pittsburgh girls. All right.
Yes, shout out to the 84.
All right now, representing. Okay, so
Shout out to social distance.
the biggest she wasn't socially distancing at all. Get up on it, sis.
Not one moment.
All right, so the movie, Wendy Williams movie, we all thoroughly enjoyed it. For those of us who are Wendy fans, Wendy haters, whatever the case.
Shout out to Meth Man.
We learned basically that this woman pretty much had a plan, an exit strategy, but it took some years.
It took some time for her
years.
to
Let's take time.
actually gather herself to be able to present that and move forward with her strategy.
This is very much a woman's type of thing. I mean, you know, at least a sharp woman who's keen about her money, her situation, her stability, what she wants in life.
Yep.
She will plan that exit strategy, and I have. My question to you guys, have you all ever been in a relationship that required you to create or plan an exit strategy? Did you execute it, and how long did it take?
Like a setup almost.
I hate to say the word setup because I feel like if it's personal to you, it's not a setup. This is your life.
This is real life.
You are the director of your own life's movie.
I probably have. I'm trying to think, cause I mean, my thing is if I'm ready to go, I mentally check out first, and then it's like, you know what? I have waited for that lady to do something wrong, so I could be like, all right, bye, and then make it seem like this was younger me though. You know what I'm saying? Don't fault me.
Early 20s?
Yeah.
Okay.
But because I didn't want to feel like the bad guy, you know. But I had already just feel like, man, this ain't gonna work.
What would have made you the bad guy about doing what was best for you?
And see, I didn't get that concept back then. At first, I was just trying to make her happy, you know, and trying to, you know, appease to her feelings. But it just wasn't. I would go home away from her, and I would just feel like, damn, this really ain't gonna work. Like, I need to leave, but it's like I don't want to be the bad guy to say, all right, I'm out, because then I don't want to hurt her feelings and this, that, and the third, and the Facebook posts and fuck this nigga, you know, all this stuff. But yeah, I would have to say that has happened to me to where I waited until maybe we got into a little argument.
He's ready to dip.
Not a little argument.
Oh, you use that as an excuse. No, that argument was the...
I ain't want no fucking cornbread tonight. That's what it is. I'm done with this shit.
I'm sick of this
I'm
shit.
sick of this
I'm out of
God
here.
damn it, bitch. But it you know, you find yourself, well, I ain't gonna say you, cause y'all, but I found myself trying to look for literally just the smallest thing she could do, so that way I could be like gone.
Yeah.
Cause I felt like I was holding on to try to retain that image of a good guy. I couldn't possibly break up with this one. I didn't want to see like the bad guy. Like maybe it's something I could piss her off and then be like, you know what? You're not supposed to talk to me like this. I'm out. Shit like that. It's terrible.
I see why you would call it a setup then.
Pretty much.
It makes sense though, and if that's your strategy or if that was it at the time, clearly it's evolved over time, right? As you evolved,
Yeah.
You wouldn't
made
do
more
anything like that
sense.
these days,
Right.
You know,
You start being more honest.
Yes.
Like, look, listen, I don't care where we are, what you doing. This ain't gonna work.
This ain't gonna work.
I think my exit strategy was probably me leaving New York, coming back to
That's
Virginia.
probably her.
Because I was in a
bigger.
situation with a guy, and I was literally like, I had family in New York, and I've always had family in New York. I have friends in New York. I've had my friends in New York since I was a child. But my exit strategy to leave there, because shit was not working out the way that I thought it was supposed to be, was just like, I'm out of here. Like, I miss my family back home in the South, and I got to get out of here. And it just made more sense. It just made me feel more comfortable. It just made more sense for me to be back in the South versus paying $1,600 for a rent for a studio apartment when I could have been back the fuck at home paying that for a mortgage.
Yeah.
So that was my exit strategy. It's time for me to go. It was fun. We didn't get where we needed to be, and that's just what it is.
Yeah.
See, this sounds like a transactional exit strategy, as opposed to like one that's like emotional, right? Like this is like, you know what? Stability wise, I'm just not. It's not working.
I agree with that because it makes your exit strategy a lot more
Easier.
Affirmative.
easier when you know you've got a security blanket there. You know what I'm saying? That okay, well I can now go ahead and
Because it is.
I'm good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I at least feel comfortable enough to Lord have mercy.
I think people up there be smoking or something.
Probably. I don't know.
What if they're looking
Yeah.
down at us right now, looking up at
Yeah,
them?
that's kind of weird. Now I feel creeped out because that's some weird ass New York shit.
Well, all your friends
We're in a warehouse.
so, you know.
Give them a call, ask them what they do.
Say you're.
Yeah. Hilarious, man.
Yes. What about you, Carlos? What is your, if you've ever had to, what does the exit strategy look like? Or why did it come about?
So when you say exit strategy, I'm thinking about like that time you got that job, you working at that job, and you like start putting in applications at another job, and that job call you, and then you get the job, and you while you at your present job, you know you got the other job,
So you like, fuck this job.
and you just be walking around that joint like I don't give a fuck about this shit.
Yeah.
So it kind of like exit strategies and relationships kind of tend to go the same way. Like once you figure like you out and you like it's solidified like the new location or where your mind, body, and soul is going,
Yeah.
Oh my God.
you just be walking around that joint like
It's only a matter of time.
I'm gonna be late today. Shit ain't gonna get done.
You drop one M&M
Same way you
and
be at
I'm
that
out.
job, you know what I'm saying? You kind of just be like, you just there.
You're absolutely right.
But like I never really had a exit strategy where I was keeping it to myself. You know, like so I wouldn't put myself in that category. Like I feel like what you're talking about is kind of like I'm mapping this shit out. This motherfucker don't know. You know what I'm saying?
that's definitely what it was on,
Yeah,
on that women's
yeah.
side of things.
Yeah, because with me, I've always, you know, I might have a plan, but you're
Yes.
gonna know what the plan is too.
Respect.
You know what I'm saying? But I've never been like,
Respect.
I never been like
That's it.
plotting to be gone and got this shit set up and then just be like, hey,
Yeah.
peace out.
Yeah.
And then they figuring like, hold on, how you get all this shit set? So you was already plotting on this shit then, huh? Like I never been like that type of dude.
But you know, I feel like like a lot of married couples go through.
Ruthless.
In a sense, you gotta
Which
have
one?
an exit
They
plan
do it,
with
the
marriage.
secretive way, or they do it where they just tell them straight
I
up?
feel like it probably could be both. You know you about to file for divorce. Okay, let me start looking for houses for rent, or let me go. You know what I'm saying? Let me see how much. How can I pay for
That's
daycare by myself? This that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's.
That's something to me that is done in private. Like the initial thought, like, can I
Yeah.
do this on my own,
Yeah.
is done.
Oh yeah, you gotta have that with yourself.
privately. Yeah.
Yeah, but because I feel like comparing it to a job, right? You can't tell your job anyway because they're gonna like
They'll find a
be
reason.
asshole anyway.
They
So
gonna
they
try
know
to
you about
fire
to
you.
go.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna have you train somebody else, and like, fuck all that.
Yeah,
Like,
straight
I'm
up.
not gonna let you know because it's repercussions for you knowing.
Mm-hmm.
Now with a relationship, it can be the same way too.
Absolutely.
Like if you let somebody know what you thinking, like where your mind is at, them next 2 weeks could be fucking
Hell.
for your ass. You know what I'm saying? Or like you said, if you keep it to yourself, it might be fucked up once you leave for them, but during that time, they're not in the know. You know what I'm saying? So they just don't know. Like it's a dangerous place to be in though.
I agree. So before I go into the factors that could like determine what makes it something that you keep to yourself versus what makes it something that you can tell your partner, like, look, in 2 weeks, we just gonna move on. What do you feel about an exit strategy? Is it reasonable to you? Is it something that you have done?
It's reasonable to me, but I did fuck it up one time in the worst way. I got like I tell you, I got the worst of luck of shit. So I dated somebody and I didn't know how to get out of the relationship. To flat out be honest, in the middle of it, I'm like, God damn, Shawty, you might be crazy. But not only was she just crazy to the world, she was crazy about me. So it made it 10 times as hard. Like, man, when I say I did some fucked up shit, I'm just gonna be all the way real. I was already in the middle of planning on breaking up with somebody. I was dead ass wrong. I was driving that person's car. Yeah.
Goddamn.
You that dude.
I was
shit.
I mean, I was young. I ain't had no car myself. So, you know, I was
about right.
sharing cars with that particular person.
Dropping her off at work.
Bingo. I'm
Riding
gonna
around.
tell you it was all the way fucked up, and I hate myself for this. I was in the middle of breaking up with this young lady and give her to go return her car when a guy on Laburnum happened to be crossing past me and stood in the middle of the median strip and dove out. Like, literally, I hit a person with a car. Like,
This was on Laburnum?
This was on Laburnum,
Near Essex Village?
near Essex Village.
Okay, sounds about right.
Yeah, I had this real. I don't know. I feel like
They good to run across the
God be like showing you signs when you feel like you doing something the wrong way or you doing it dirty or whatever. He gonna pull your car. Whether it's gonna be something that only your ass pay attention to. This just happened to be way bigger than that. This guy happened to walk across the street. His eyes dilated. Older guy looking homeless, stood out in the medium strip. Soon I go through the light, he just falls randomly. Cane smacks my windshield, everything cracked it. Now mine, I'm ready to go return this car to this young lady so I can backdoor and get out of the relationship. You feel what I'm saying? I was literally get ready to go drop the car off and get picked up by somebody else type shit. That type of foul.
That's
You
crazy.
get what I'm saying? So I mean,
Shout out
it
to
was.
the crackheads on Laburnum.
I mean, it was some real realization to me. Like, bro, you moving foul. You moving fucked up.
That's tough. It's a hard act to follow.
You know, I have the reason why I say you shouldn't explain your exit strategy to the person until you actually like have something set up. Because I did have one relationship where I'm always trying to be honest, and honesty don't always work. Like, and so what happens is the person goes into deep thinking.
Yes.
This motherfucker leaving me.
Yeah.
Oh, this motherfucker gonna think. Oh, he think he gonna get his shit together and then leave. So I can tell you in 2 weeks, I'm gonna be gone. By day two, she was like, "Oh, you can go ahead and go now.
Your shit gonna be on the porch.
You can
so
go
get
now.
home.
Like we're not waiting for this." And I was like, "Hold on, but I'm not." And in her mind, I don't give a fuck what you is. Like, you telling me that you leaving
Yeah.
when you get your shit together? No, you leaving now. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of like
So then,
I should have kept that shit to myself.
You know,
okay, I'm glad that you bring it up because it's a perfect segue into like the part B of the question, which is like to say that there are definitely factors that influence. Do you tell them or do you keep it to yourself and wait till like that moment? So to compare, in this movie or in this life or whatever, there's a lot at stake, right? Let's just put ourselves in a situation where we have a lot at stake. In this case, they're manager and product, manager and artist, or entertainer. There's money at stake. There's a family, there's kids. There's also, you got a little bit of media play. So you factor in the way your social media, you just don't want to deal with the thought of going through a breakup, you know what I'm saying, to any degree. But there's that. There's, just other ish going on in life, from having to just spin a narrative or kind of make people think that shit is one way. But deep down, you're really going through a whole fucking lot. So taking all of that into consideration, do you feel like you were in a position where you were safe enough to tell your partner that, look, we need to go ahead and just start making and separating our lives right now because it's not going to work out?
No.
I have always been the person that I would present I'm ready to go immediately. Like, I have always been that person. Like, it's not a surprise. I'm going to tell you, like, yeah, I'm not really feeling it. I think you should
Capricornism.
go do
Exactly.
Capricornism.
Exactly. You beat me to it.
I ain't with this shit.
Cold ass motherfucker. Go ahead.
I'm not going to let them do that to you because I back that up. But I'm also an earth girl, and I do believe in, like, look, you got to let people know to a degree that this ain't going to work.
So you want me to hold it in and
This
not
ain't
say
gonna work.
nothing? Because if I was a shady
I do
ass
that,
bitch
it's gonna
and
be
didn't
worse.
say anything, then you'd be
It'll be
looking at me
worse.
crazy.
Tore shit.
So would you not rather me present it to you and say, yeah, I'm not really feeling it, and
I don't think you saying you did the wrong thing at all. I just know that comes hand in hand with Capricornism. Only because my older brother just straightforward like that.
and it's just like me being honest.
I don't-
Like,
yeah.
I'm gonna be real with you. Like, I love you to death, and if you want to change it in between me saying what I said, we can talk about it. But honestly, I'm gonna come to you and say, yeah, I'm not really feeling it, and I'm just gonna do what I do over here, and you can do what you do over here, and I'm gonna cut ties, and we're gonna be okay. And that's just me protecting my peace as who I know and what I can take.
That's a
That's it,
very
that's all.
logic over emotion type of decision, because I've been the type to, I know, like, my head, everything logical about me is like, break the fuck up with this nigga, yo. Break the fuck up with him. But my heart is like, you can make it work. You believe in love. You are this, you are that. And that shit held me hostage for like another 8 years.
That in that stroke. Don't act like the dick
As
don't play
opposed-
with it.
And then
It won't all that.
after 8 years, you're still not where you want to be.
Do you know what I'm saying?
So
So
that should be fucked
another
up.
another 8 years go by, and now it's like I'm forced to look back at the logic over, or the logic versus emotional type of decision that I didn't make, and say, well, here we are again. But you know what I did the second go round? I did have an exit strategy. And my exit strategy looked a little bit like yours. Like, yeah, application sent. Resumes out. And you know why? Because I have already emotionally checked out of this job
It's a
and
real
this
moment.
relationship.
Okay.
There is not anything loyal-wise, legal-wise, heart emotional-wise tying me to you, this job, this work.
If you
I'm
shot your shot,
I'm
spin the
out.
block around one more time.
So, you know what I mean? So it's like when it came time for us to have that conversation, it was basically just like, all right, so, when you're moving back, you know what I'm saying? It was kind of like, because, it's clearly not working out. We just going to do what we do. I was kind of like basically letting the boss know, hey, I'm out, but I'm staying in this building. So when do you guys take your shit on elsewhere? And that's,
Damn.
I feel like, though, if I could have did it all over again, I would have did the logical thing the first time. I would have spared my heart the loss, the heartbreak, the pain, and made the logical decision the first time. Exit strategy and all. But it would have been a little bit more efficient.
Yeah.
It took me a while to
Yeah.
get to where I am today. I've spent plenty of nights crying, bawling my fucking eyes out. Like before I knew who I really was. Like I've cried lots of nights. Like I've drove my car around neighborhoods looking for niggas lots of nights. Just cause like I have a big heart, but the point I am in my life, you have to know who you are and what you accept and what you give away.
Yeah.
And that shit hurts. Like I don't want to be in that space no more. That shit has hurt me to my core. I will never be that girl ever again.
Boy, that's a deep, dark place, boy. I'm trying
is.
to tell you. You try to do your best to avoid that, man.
I mean,
will never be that girl ever again.
just the thought of like having to plan an exit strategy in a relationship or a situation, it's very selfish. You know what I mean? But it's almost something that you were forced to
I'm
be
not
into.
planning it, but I'm always prepared.
There you go. It's like nobody plans to be fired, but I am prepared if
prepared.
that, you know what I'm saying? If I have to be let go or if I
My
have to
shit has,
quit,
my paperwork is already
be
over
prepared.
So,
you know?
So women really got a plan B.
No,
Yeah.
because when you say plan B, automatically plan B looks like a whole nother nigga.
Right. Plan B does not mean that. Plan B means
I don't like
like
how plan B sounds. 'Cause
Well,
plan
yeah,
B in
yeah.
a social media world sounds like a whole nother
Sounds
nigga.
like you're right.
That's not that.
But there are people
well,
who do.
I mean, in my situation, I
Nah,
won't say that I
not you.
did, but I had
that's
suitors
not me.
on the ready. Yeah, I had suitors ready because I was planning for my single life. I had my single life planned for, and that was a part of me.
But your plan B was not to be with these suitors. These plan B
It was just to be on
I
my
had my
own,
shit
to be on
together
myself.
to be away from you.
Yeah, but my
And
plan
that's
B was
the
not being
difference
with you.
between certain bitches plan Bs and other bitches plan B.
Yeah.
My plan B is
Yeah,
oh
'cause
my bank account was
it's
set
only-
up
it's
There
only-
you
to
go.
move this way.
There you
it's
go.
only a plan B if the guy is somebody she's dependent on to like live with, move in with, or something like that.
Exactly.
Oh, and let's be
my
clear.
plan
Gotcha,
B
okay,
Let me be
alright.
clear.
My bank account was already set up to move this
Correct.
way.
The gag is my exit strategy wasn't even as well thought out as it could have been. You know what I'm saying? It just got first of all, my exit strategy got fucked up because basically my money got funny because of the situation that you know he was in, we were in, and it was just like you can just go. You know what I'm saying? So I could have focused more on my bank account, but my exit strategy was more focused on you just got to get the fuck out of my life, out of my space.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's that was more of the emotional part of it. But when logic kicks in, it's like, yeah, money got to be in the account. You got to have this. You got to have the apartment ready. You got to have this.
That's so
that.
crazy. Like, 'cause you said that watching sports today, and it was talking about Uncle Shannon was saying that the Detroit Lions got too much for
Trading their quarterback.
the quarterback. And I was thinking about like a relationship. I feel like when you're trying to get rid of somebody, you'll pay whatever it takes to get that motherfucker out your house.
God knows.
Like, if I don't care how much the moving truck costs, I'm paying that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And so, like, it was like, why did they spend so much money to get this many players and this many picks to get this dude out of here? Like, if you want somebody out your organization, if you want somebody out your life,
We'll take
You
the
do
L.
whatever you take.
you
Yep.
can take
I'm
all my,
just
you can have all these, you can have all
All
this
this
shit.
shit.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't even
house,
matter. Like,
all the
Definitely
keys
took a
in the
major
door.
L leaving New York.
yeah, but
Because I didn't know I had so much shit set up in play where I
Okay.
would have been okay.
Okay.
I doubted myself.
yeah,
But I had to get the fuck out of there because I missed my family here.
and it was worth it to you. It don't matter. Like,
It was.
like I
It
took an
was
L, but look,
definitely
I'm
worth
getting
it.
the
Bounce
fuck
back.
out of it.
And I'm that
Still
guy.
to this day, I'm great, where I'm at
I'm
right
much
now.
better
I-
than where I would have
Great
been.
where I'm at right
I'm
now.
definitely that guy. Anything that's tied to you, got to go.
Yeah.
You got to get up out of here, okay? And hey, I may be at my lowest, starting back over, but
Yeah.
at least I could do it with a clear mind, a clear heart, clear view, and you ain't blocking none of this, man. Like that's
And you could
that's
tell,
a risk you willing to take.
Because when we be hauling stuff, and the ladies be saying, like, take all that shit.
Yeah.
But we be like, this is good stuff. They don't give a fuck about that shit.
Nope.
Take all that shit.
Nope.
Because it's a piece of him. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
right.
Like, I don't want this shit in my house.
I done bought some shit from a ex person from somebody's ex. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
When
yeah.
that what is that? The move his shit out stage.
Yeah.
and I'd have been one somebody. I need that.
Yeah.
Get all that shit.
Okay.
But I feel like it's that deep rooted though. Like
Yes.
Yeah.
to get that, you know what I'm saying? Like that. It ain't no price. You can't put a price on that jump.
You can't.
No.
That's why and
You can't put a price on happiness, period.
there we go.
No, you shouldn't.
It is.
You shouldn't.
Nope. That's
priceless,
it. And I'm gonna wrap it up with this because the movie is great. If you guys haven't seen it, if you just are interested in learning more about that whole story, if you're into it, and then also just kind of seeing somebody really, really blaze a trail. That movie is really, really good, and so is the documentary. But the biggest lesson that I took from that, because she's saying like there's no price, but she said her part of her exit strategy was getting ready to pay alimony. You know what I mean? Like these are things that in real life you look out and just at your situation, and it's even in relationships. I don't care how much you love a person, right? I feel like I'm at the phase where it's like, look, we don't know what's gonna last forever. And it's just be practical about where you are in America.
Ain't shit
I ain't even gonna
permanent.
say Earth.
Ain't shit permanent but my kids.
Hello,
That's just
just
how
be
I carry it.
practical about where you are, because if you can have, if both of y'all, I feel like it's even better now that like if both of y'all can have an exit strategy just in case shit just goes awry, and y'all are able to come together and say, look, it didn't work out, but we gonna do this peacefully. You know how much heartache and peace of
Pride.
mind that'll save you.
Yeah, but some people got too much pride to even.
And nobody wants to think about the bad shit.
Yep.
We don't want to think about the what ifs. I call divorce and prenups like insurance. You never know you're going to need it until you do.
What's a good party if there are no drinks? Better yet, imagine turning up and not having to pour your old troubles for once. Or better yet, someone else's. Now that may be a big of a problem. Well, Bougie Bartender is a licensed and certified mobile bartending service that services any event, big or small, such as bridal showers, weddings, baby showers, corporate parties, and so much more. She also specializes in making virgin or non-alcoholic beverages for minors as well. If you need a bartender for your next event, call 804-855-8787. Again, that's 804-855-8787. And also check her out on Instagram at bougiebartender_Brooke. That's bougiebartender_BROOK. Shout out to Bougie Bartending, proud sponsor of the wildest radio show on the net, The Blacktop. Cheers.